9 months ago today, President Kennedy was assassinated. That's it. That's the whole announcement. That's what the President of the United States broke into live television to say. No news, nothing new. He did it because a 46-year-old sharecropper from Mississippi had started talking, and the cameras were on her. Her name was Fannie Lou Hamer. 2 years earlier, she was picking cotton in Sunflower County, on a plantation where she'd worked 18 years. She was 44 before she found out that black people in Mississippi were allowed to register to vote. Nobody had ever told her. So she went, 18 of them on a bus to the courthouse in Indianola. She failed the literacy test. She got home that night and the plantation owner was waiting. Withdraw it or leave. She told him, "I didn't try to register for you. I tried to register for myself." She left that night. Somebody fired 16 bullets into the house where she was staying. The next summer, police pulled her off a bus in Winona and locked her in a cell, and made 2 black prisoners beat her with a blackjack until they couldn't lift their arms. She came out with permanent kidney damage and a limp she kept for life. And in 1964, she sat down in front of the Democratic Party's Credentials Committee on live national television and said all of it out loud. If the Freedom Democratic Party is not seated now, I question America. Is this America, the land of the free and the home of the brave, where we have to sleep with our telephones off the hooks because our lives be threatened daily? Most of the country didn't see that part, because that is the moment Lyndon Johnson called his press conference. 9 months ago today, President Kennedy was assassinated. It backfired. There was no news in it, so the networks ran her testimony in full on the evening bulletins, a bigger audience than the convention ever had. And it still didn't work. The party offered her people 2 seats. 2 out of 68. The other 66 could watch. She turned the seats down. "We didn't come all this way," she said, "for no 2 seats." She went home with nothing. 11 months later, Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act. In 1964, 6.7% of black Mississippians were registered. Within 5 years, around 60. And in 1968, she walked back into that convention as a seated delegate from Mississippi, and the room stood up. She died in 77, at 59. Her headstone says, "I am sick and tired of being sick and tired." Here's the part I can't get past. Nobody argued with her. Nobody called her a liar. They just made sure you couldn't hear her. So, if you're in that control room, do you cut to the president, or do you stay on her? Tell me. I read all of them. Because what he had to say was,